Never thought of Uriah as dance party music, Mick. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Last time, we went around the world and saw... I do not want to see the Xenoline warrior monks. I don't need to do Telos' quest again. We got to see some things with our new blades, some heart-to-hearts, and the rewards for clearing New Game Plus. This time, before I can know what this video is going to be about, we need a new blade. So this is pretty funny. There are only 2 blades left that we don't have. Whoever we don't get is going to be the last blade that we go over in this series. And let's just say they're both pretty funny options. And I find it so funny that either of these 2 are going to be the finale of the base game. Oh my, what?
I'm Patroka, so what?
Don't you dare pretend like you're sexy!
Oh, so very dull. I'll do it, but I don't like it.
The feeling's mutual. Statistically, you were the more rare of the 2 that we didn't have, so I thought that this whole series was going to end on Patroka, which would have been real funny, not gonna lie. Also, look at her bottom stats right there. Just let that sink in right away before we even do anything with her. Yeah, good stats for an E-rank Trust Blade. I'll set her if I must. She actually is best on Morag, so I'm kind of happy that this happened.
Yuck, boring.
Someone out there thinks this is hot.
Day.
Welcome to the Whatever Brigade. Watch and learn.
Have fun, chaps!
What did you get me into?
You better report in then.
Hurry
For all my
up,
fellow
and let's
members
get
of the
moving.
Patroka support group, I've got great news for you. She is involved in a ton of heart-to-hearts. Somebody liked her, and unfortunately for us, they worked at Monolith. So we got a new heart-to-heart here in Garfont Village. This is gonna be the main focus, viewing lots of heart-to-hearts with Patroka and then getting into how she works in battle.
I made tea for everyone. Help yourselves.
Oh no! Why are we getting it completely wrong?
Oh, this is Blushy
Would you
Crushy.
rather
How
have something
awkward.
else, Tora?
Whoa, this place looks awful when you load into it from a clean save. Whoa. Yeah, okay, usually it's not that bad, just some textures pop in after like a second though, but wow, it looked like some sort of beautiful purgatory. Oh boy, it's right over by Godfrey. We're just seeing all the best characters today.
Tell me, good sir, is this the extent of your wares?
Sure is. What you see is what you get.
Alas, it seems the treasures I seek are nowhere to be found.
On another weapon shopping spree, Perdido?
That is hardly an accurate assessment. Unlike you, I am not in the habit of purchasing every weapon that I set eyes upon.
Hey, I have some standards too, you know.
You are too flighty, Patroka. At least try to give each weapon the attention it deserves.
Oh, shut up. I'm not the one with 4 arms and a weapon in each.
Don't you use any projectiles?
Projectiles? They are the domain of my driver.
I don't think you're quite getting the point. You give your driver a projectile to use, then you don't use any yourself? What's up with that? It's your own weapon. Why don't you try using it?
It does not suit my style. As a warrior, I prefer to confront my foes directly, man to man.
Jeez, you're like a child sometimes. What do you even say to that?
That's just you all over it, Perdido. Locking blades with a foe, staring him in the eye. Suits you to a T.
Ah, my driver. You understand me so well.
Seriously, though? I mean, what kind of fair fight is it when one guy has 4 arms anyway?
You may be right. But such physical advantages are not necessarily a guarantee of skill. Even 4 arms, if used ineffectively, can be no match for a single blade. And a true master of the warrior's arts can defeat multiple armed foes with his bare hands alone. It comes down to a question of how far one is willing to hone oneself. That is why the path of the warrior is so difficult, yet so rewarding.
Right on.
Oh, come on, you're just gonna go with that excuse? This guy is so against the rules.
We've completed the heart-to-heart jack of all trades. Duh, right? No, I want to show you something on Perdito's affinity chart. You know it's a typo, because the affinity charts have got lots of them. This calls his heart-to-heart class of his own. That's not what it's referred to anywhere else. This one I want to know, because you got 5 weapons, bro.
Which weapon's your favorite?
My preferred weapon. I think I have none. I could not call myself a warrior if I discriminated between the tools at my disposal. The spear, the axe, the sword, the hammer. A true warrior should be able to wield all with equal proficiency. Each weapon has its strengths and its weaknesses.
Well, except for the hammer only has weaknesses.
As a wielder of 4 weapons, my greatest strength is that I can use whichever the situation calls for.
Mastering 4 different weapons, huh? Talk about the heart of a warrior. You're something else, Perdito.
It is not an easy path, for certain. But I believe with enough strength of will, nothing is impossible. Come, I will show you how it is done.
Wow. Well, good luck with that. Glad I'm not this guy's driver.
What do you mean by that, Patroka? Naturally, you will train with us too.
What? What have I got to do with this?
Enough of your whining. We begin training right here, right now. Hurry and make preparations.
Training isn't gonna give me 4 arms, you know. I'm not doing it, no way.
Patroka made me laugh! I don't know who I am anymore! Her saying, glad I'm not this guy's driver, that was pretty well delivered. It was a funny fourth wall joke, because in another world, she was. I'm so ashamed. What have I become?
This will bring swift victory.
As you saw, the node that called it class of his own is the one that filled in, so he doesn't have 2 heart-to-hearts or anything, he's just wrong about his own heart-to-heart. Akhos wants to use the All-Restogony as a prerequisite to his heart-to-heart. This is found in the most exciting way that you can enter a bookstore. Oh, I already had it. I seem to just have tons of every pouch item. I need to go through and use them all up so that I get all the trust that I so richly deserve. This is something of a running trend among the Tornin Blades, where they want to use specific pouch items that aren't their favorites. I want to go through and just kind of do these all at once unless they're needed for something at a later time. Up here, somewhere around here, oh shoot, I'm in the wrong place. I thought it was the Mimoma Playhouse, but no, it's the Elethro Playhouse. I always thought it was weird that this is just called a playhouse when there's another area with that same name right nearby.
All mine.
Oh yeah, cool.
You have the right field skill for this too. These field skills were chosen more carefully than I give them credit for, because they've come in handy right next to the objectives that they want to do on their affinity charts.
Elethro ruins are quite the stimulating location, wouldn't you agree? There could be no better place to perform one of my scripts. Though it is in a state of some disrepair, perhaps it needs a little fixing up.
Whose fault is that?
Hey, Akhos. How about you shut up and make dinner? Trust me, you'll be more used to everyone cooking than writing those vapid scripts of yours.
How terribly rude.
So, what kind of food can you make?
Alas, I'm surrounded by fools who think only of their stomachs.
Well, can you blame us? Your food's good, and scripts aren't gonna make us any less hungry. Though, come to think of it, I'm not sure what kind of recipes you're actually good at. Everything you make's so delicious, I never paid much attention.
That would be because I specifically cooked all your favorite meals.
Huh, who'd have thunk it?
Dear me, an artist is never appreciated in his own time. At any rate, I'm afraid I don't have any particular specialties. Though there is one thing I can't stand to cook. The Argentum monkfish. I cannot begin to imagine how to create something appetizing from that grotesque form. A single look at it makes me queasy.
Hold on. What do its looks have to do with how it tastes?
Are you dense, girl? Aesthetic appeal is an integral part of the culinary arts. How do you expect me to produce a beautiful creation from such vile subject matter? It is a menace, a slayer of appetites. No sane person would wish to partake of it. Its bloated protuberances, its clammy exterior, even for a fish, it's hideous. Mere thought of it sends a shiver down my spine.
You're coming up with all kinds of fancy words there. But basically, you just don't want to touch it, right?
But of course. Why should I defile my artist's hands with such an abomination?
A fish Akhos won't touch, huh? Maybe we should ask Pyra to cook one up sometime.
What?
Well, even if you can't manage Akhos, I bet Pyra could make a tasty meal out of it.
I see. When you put it that way, I feel perhaps it is time I took up this challenge after all.
Oh, you'll cook one for us then.
Yes. I can't be outdone by Pyra. My pride will not allow it.
Well, this'll definitely be worth a taste.
Prepare to be amazed.
One, that one's great because it references Morag the chef, but it reminds me of a childhood story. There was one day that we were eating red snapper, and it was all like brown and kind of gooey like on the plate, and it was the most disgusting looking thing that my parents had ever expected me to eat up to that point. And I remember I went, "Mom, can I have another plate?" And she goes, "Why?" And I go, "Somebody pooped on mine." It was like such a sick burn for me to say when I was 5 years old. I still think about it now. I wonder if she remembers that.
Those scripts have caught my interest.
Thank goodness at least my driver possesses some measure of taste. I was actually just starting on a script starring you as the hero.
I like where this is going.
But now, I think I will portray you yet more flatteringly than I had intended. You will be the finest of heroes, master of the pen and the sword alike.
Seriously? Have you forgotten who you're talking about here?
Patroka, I will depict you as a worthless glutton with a fondness for midday naps.
What? Hey, I'm not worthless. Sure, I procrastinate a bit sometimes, but I kick ass when it counts.
True, but we have an entire party of formidable fighters. Including a worthless layabout girl will add to the variety and make the story much more entertaining.
That's fine, but you don't have to model your worthless layabout girl after me.
I want to give you your chance to shine, my dear Patroka. It would be tragic if you were lost amongst the crowd.
Then give me a more shiny sort of role.
The role of worthless layabout glutton is not to your liking?
The role of worthless layabout glutton is to my extreme disliking.
I see. Then Zeke, I will give you the role of the worthless layabout glutton who is past his prime instead.
Who are you calling past his prime? And what kind of hero would that be?
Dear me. You're all so picky.
These two don't know what it's like to be an entertainer. You gotta eat the bug for charity because it makes other people smile. You can't have pride about what kind of role you're given. Not so fast, we're not finished yet. If Morag is the driver, Akhos speaks differently, making this one of the rare heart-to-hearts with 3 options.
The role of worthless layabout glutton is to my extreme disliking.
I see. Then, Morag, I will give you the role of the worthless layabout girl instead.
I fear I may be a little old for that position. Besides which, would the plot progress with a layabout for the hero?
Dear me, you are all so picky.
That's quite a tiny detail.
Danger is the spice of drama.
And I'm gonna have to go view it a 4th time because we're not keeping him on Morag. We have to use love sources on... Time to pump them full of love. We're gonna have to use lots of love sources to view everything, and I've been getting just the amount. From there, I chose to work on skills a little bit, because I'm gonna need some skills leveled up to show off what we're doing here.
A new strength has awakened.
Mikhail wants to go to Morardane and view the heart-to-heart, a thespian's life. We must go to Jacolo's Inn and stay there with Mikhail and Patroka in the party. I don't want to sleep with Patroka. Mikhail can do it instead. Oh, this very bad. Vale not no, not Vale.
Yo!
No, I didn't want to view this. I have good news. I have good news. Poppy Buster has viewed 69 heart-to-hearts, meaning that we're gonna go from 69 to 70 with Mikhail and Patroka. For all 2 of you who shipped Patroka with anybody and wish that hell on earth on somebody as good as Mikhail, your wish is my command. Let's try this again. May we not have someone else who wants to view a heart-to-heart. Rex, how many of these are there going to be before you give me the one that I want? Yo, an old geese at the inn let me in on something pretty cool. How's about you accompany me over to the Avil shopping district? You down for that? She does not even justify it with a response. Also, it's pretty amusing how the spawn points place the other 2 members of the party on top of the table every single time you stay there. It's not their fault. They put floor mats for our shoes up on top of that, right? All hotels have those right in front of the receptionist. That's what I do.
Hey, baby. You're looking good. That smile's worth a million G.
What? Are you talking to me? What a creep.
Ah, don't be like that. Although I kinda dig it when you call me names.
Leave me alone.
You heard the lady. Cut it out, Mick.
What, Patroka? Why you gotta butt in on my moment of sweet bliss?
Sweet? Oh, please. She looked ready to barf.
You sweet, naive girl. She was just playing hard to get. Girls are cute like that.
There's no helping your sick brain anymore, is there? Did you come all this way just to bother innocent women?
But of course. What about it? I've heard this store is popular with the ladies.
No, boy.
Now listen, this is an important part of my quest for self-improvement.
This? So you're improving yourself to be an even bigger perv.
No, Patroka. You know what makes a good man? A little attention from a good woman. That's what.
Those ones aren't even giving you the time of day, though.
Come on, driver, back me up here. You think I'm a good man, right?
I think not.
What?
Saw it coming.
Driver, my driver! I trusted you, and yet you repay me with heartless words and wound my soul. Patroka, let me seek comfort in your tender embrace.
Like hell.
Don't you reject me too. You're basically the only one I have left here.
I told you to piss off.
Don't be so stubborn.
Who's being stubborn?
I see. You still think I'm joking, huh? Well now. To prove how serious I am, I will do anything you ask of me. If you tell me not to pester other girls, I won't. And if you tell me to learn to eat sour pickled plums, well, I'll surely try. Come on, say it. Anything at all. My seriousness is on the line.
All right. Smash your core crystal up then, would you?
So harsh.
I thought you said you'd do anything.
That's a very literal read.
Oh, and here I thought you were serious about me.
I'm sorry. I may have taken it too far.
So, you admit you were toying with me. As punishment, you will be the party pack horse. That should give you time for self-improvement.
Come on, Patroka, please!
This takes place in canon after Mikhail survived the fall down to the land of Moratha. This is what he does with his life after getting a second chance at it.
I think you're just fine.
See? Some people get it. In fact, you've just won my heart. Let's get married, you and me!
You really will just take about anyone, huh?
That was a joke. Relax. Seriously, though, having a partner makes all the difference, doesn't it? I mean, look at Rex. He was just a salvager, but now, why, he's the Aegis's driver.
That's an extreme example, but yeah, maybe you're not wrong.
Right? For us Blades, I think it's important to branch out. Just being buddy-buddy with our drivers can only get us so far. There's plenty of areas where you can only grow through contact with others, don't you think?
Sure, I guess.
I'm so glad we've reached an understanding, Patroka.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
But,
Yeah?
what's that got to do with you being a perv?
Ah, she worked it out.
I'm so done with you.
They get along so well.
Oh my god, do I really ship this now? That ending was so cute. What am I? I have to know.
You're a good bloke.
See? Some people get it. In fact, you've just won my heart.
Oh!
Let's get married, you and me.
You really will just take about anyone, huh?
Patroka! How dare you bash that? I wanted to know if he'd do it. Zeke looks so uncomfortable, wow.
That was a joke.
You're probably gonna notice discrepancies in this chart.
What would you guys do without me?
This is momentous. We have finally,
This ability helps friends in pinch. Now, Poppy, bring it to the limit.
Understood.
Sublime! Your efforts have borne many fruits.
I told you that Hyper Affinity Circuit level 5 was miserable to fill up. And no, it's not just because it took us this long to view 70 heart-to-hearts. That's not it at all. The reason why it was so bad is if you played these updates as they came out, only S1, the game did not track how many heart-to-hearts you'd viewed for this node prior to that update coming out. And there's only 66 heart-to-hearts in a normal playthrough of this game. That meant that, assuming that you had 100% in New Game Plus, you now had to start all over in New Game Plus, view every heart-to-heart again, and then you could fill this up. You had to do an entire another playthrough just to do this because they didn't program that in. And it's weird because the game knows which heart-to-hearts you've already viewed and despawns them if you have, so I don't get it. It's the only node like this. Stuff like Telos' jumping, that was being tracked prior to that update. So that was the one standout example where a node was especially terrible if you were being good in playing these updates as they dropped. A lot of longtime fans consider that the worst node in the game simply because of what it was like. So if you're playing the game now after all the updates are out, you're having a much better experience than we did. There's slightly more Patroka content that could be gone over in this video, but I feel like we've seen enough of her for one day, so let's just get into the fighting. Okay, so Patroka is a new weapon class, the Cobra Bardiche. This is, without a doubt, no, I'm actually going to say it right now. This is the best weapon class that exists in this game, without a doubt. And it pains me to say it because I was hoping that you would suck so I would never have to use you. But here we are. The Cobra Bardiche cannot be customized, but in this case, I doubt you'd even want to. It has the auto attack of a Prion chip, the critical hit rate of a Moon Matter chip, and the coveted critical damage up effect of the Tachyon chip. It's the 3 best Ox cores rolled into one weapon and mushed together to create a soup of overpoweredness. It's crazy. She's got 10% physical and ether defense, and she also grants her driver a 15% strength mod, furthering in her being an attacker. Speaking of her being furthered in being an attacker, that's the Earth Element. Some of the best blade combo effects in the game in terms of damage. Right away, I think that Patroka's identity comes from the stats. She has what I would consider the best base stats in the game. I've chosen to go with Affinity Max Attack, Fusion Combo up 5, as I've mentioned her blade combo effects are good, and Outdoor Attack up. A lot of Tornin blades mix and match different roles, and in the case of Patroka, she has a guaranteed evasion art on every driver. Smash art on Morag for some driver combo access, and we've seen how good Morag is with the Mega Lance, which is what she's based on, so that's why I wanted her as the driver. And also, I don't think I want Heaven's Valor. That increased damage and HP is 30% or less sounds kind of bad, but I actually kind of want that. Her low defenses can play into that well. I have a lot of WP with this. I've been doing kind of a farming thing off screen whenever I've had some time. It's for something that's coming up. And I chose to just use Patroka for it while I had her, and wow, this built her up quite quick. Trying to be efficient here because we don't have time for being inefficient. I don't have time to do things organically. It just takes freaking ever. Why not? Make her broken in her first battle we're ever seeing. I've chosen to give Morag an optical headband to increase the critical damage effect further still. Super, super good. I would also recommend the burst symbol, an accessory that I have praised many, many times in the past to increase the damage at the start of a chain attack. I want to recommend Astrology Made Simple from Theoswar as one of her pouch items. This gives increased damage dealt by specials by 24%, and that's quite a good effect that I don't feel like I've showcased enough lately, and it's especially good on Patroka. Patroka's favorite pouch items.
Good choice. I happen to be quite fond of these.
Hey, this is really good.
I bet Ryan would like this.
I wondered what the hell happened to her voice there for a second.
Hey, I like this. Way cool.
I really do like this.
Cute! Hey, what are you looking at?
The Odifa Galetard is in Albacavenich, while the Felt Cushioning is in Fonset Village. I would not recommend either of these items. You really want Astrology Made Simple, or the good old Narcipair Jelly. The hour of your doom is nigh, Ken! Patroka! Her first battle skill, Fury! Increases damage dealt when HP is 30% or lower, and what do you know? She's got an art with that same effect on Morag stacking with it. Possibly the best tool at her disposal is her level 1 special, Swallow's Flight, having increased critical rate and increased critical damage. Quick damage, and it just works well. Coming out fast, getting nice fusion combo effects. Like it a lot. Can we maybe topple you? I'm gonna pull out Shulk here. Oh, Tora just does it anyway. Well, I guess I'm using the wrong smash art here, but yes, she does have a smash art on Morag, and you don't need me to tell you why that is good. Her second battle skill, Sanguine Steel, increases damage dealt for each incapacitated enemy, maxing out at 300%. But I haven't even got to the best part yet. This thing, oh, there's a Moon Matter chip over there. I probably better go grab that. Get away from me, dude. No, don't block the Moon Matter chip with your ass. No, I want the, thank you. Smash, smash, smashy, smashy. There we go. So this 300% damage increase for every time you incapacitate an enemy, it doesn't go away if you switch off of her, just what? That's such an unusual trait. Every single effect like that we've seen so far is always, oh yeah, you can't switch off of them. Not Patroka, nope, no siree. We're gonna go for level 3 here. That's Dragonfly Slash. What did Dragonflies ever do to you, Patroka? It has increased critical chance and it does more damage at low HP. It's kind of a crappy option, honestly, unless it's used for its area of effect. And we'll probably go for level 2 next. We're almost there. Level 2 special. Great Garland. Comes out fast, large area of effect, increased damage to toppled enemies. Can be strong in a burst. Gaia Crash is a good burst damage blade combo effect. Good way to earn that. Had to wait a little bit, but we're up to her level 4 special just about now.
Time it right. Lots of blowing. Let him finish it!
Just in time to interrupt him. Illusory Bloom. Oh, no, give me, no, I missed it. Okay, well, whatever. Illusory Bloom is an either 10-hit attack, increased critical chance, blow down, and also increased damage and HP is 30% or less. Actually kind of good because you can just stop time when she's low on health. I have activated a chain attack here to showcase her third and final battle skill, Fatal Blow. Watch this damage. That's from one special on a level 110 enemy. Increases damage from the whole party when elemental weaknesses are exploited. This is 50% from level 1 alone and is multiplicative with all other damage buffs. Look at that. And yes, I brought Adenine into the party because this stacks with Adenine. And I'd like to also add that this stacks with Numa always hitting for elemental weakness damage. Okay, that was a little sad. We just barely didn't kill him. I wanted to use Ken in particular for this just because he gains an earth weakness part with the fight. Look at that. Isn't that nuts? We just finished him off with a normal. I got 3 Moon Matter chips from that. Wow. This thing is just bonkers if the enemy is weak to Patroka. And even if they're not, you can customize Poppy to be any element. I already went over Numa, always hitting for the elemental damage. There's so many possibilities with her, and she makes a good party even greater. She is super good. She's effectively a better Adenine who's just more self-sufficient, but she can be used with Adenine in tandem to make her even better. A reason that I chose to go with her on Morag was because of that whole focusing on blade combo AI thing. You could put Patroka on the AI and just make sure to not use blade combo routes that don't use Earth. Fantastic blade. Fantastic blade. She can have break arts on other drivers, and her only letdown, I would say, is her arts having consistently long cooldowns no matter who her driver is, meaning that she'll have to sit and wait for art sometimes, even when she's maxed out. Her damage is good. She's a little conditional. I wouldn't say she's that comp dependent compared to other blades of her type. Just super good. Evasion, support, and damage all rolled into one. All you don't have with her is healing. And even then, you might not even want healing because she fights better at low HP, and that means that her low defenses are a good thing. As for usual, the consistent theme. If it's a party-wide buff, it's one of the best blades in existence. Simple as that. For now, though, that's pretty much everything we could ever want to know about Patroka. Which is good, because I don't know if I can physically take having to say more good things about her. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we're going to be getting to know Newt a little more personally. See you guys then.
Hey, I'm not worthless.
Yes, you are!